Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the class of 12th English Medium. The subject is Statistics, Part 2, Chapter 2, Random Variable and Discrete Probability Distribution, brought to you by Vitan Sir. Now, before I move further with the topic, let's just recall what is the meaning of a variable. Now, this is something which I taught you guys in the 11th. Value of a characteristic which changes from unit to unit. We call it variable. So basically variable means something which keeps on changing, or a characteristic or a trait which keeps on changing from the unit to unit of the sample or the population. Now, the previous chapter which I just completed was the chapter of probability, in which we studied about random experiment. Now each random experiment had certain outcomes, and the total sum of all those outcomes is known as the sample space, which is denoted by U. Now what if all of these many outcomes or elements which we got from the sample space U, if can let's just think that can we assign a number to all the elements or all the outcomes of the sample space? Just recall what random experiments or what were the type of outcomes which we got from these sample spaces. Now can we assign a number, a real number, to all of these outcomes or the elements belonging to sample space? Let's find the answer. Let's take an example so that we can actually understand whether we can do it or not. We are tossing 3 coins, so the sample space will be HHH, HHT, HTH, THH, TTH, THT, HTT and triple T's. Now, what I am doing here, that I am counting the number of heads in all of these outcomes. Okay, we are just counting the number of heads. So in the first outcome, how many heads do we have? 1, 2 and 3. In the second outcome, the number of heads, I am not counting number of tails, just number of heads, that would be 2. Similarly, HTH will have 2 heads and THH will also have 2 heads. Similarly, TTH will have 1 head, THT will have 1 head and HTT will have 1. And last, the triple T's will have 0 heads. That means that looking at this data or this result, we can say that the number of heads is the characteristic. We are counting the heads as a characteristic, and this characteristic, the value of this characteristic changes from unit to unit. First we had 3 heads, then we had 2, then we had 1 and then we had 0 heads. That means that the numbers we got could be called a type of a variable. Okay, and this is the variable which is connected with a random experiment. So what we have here belongs to the definition of a variable, so we can call it a type of a variable. But this variable is not a simple variable, it's a special type which is derived from the random experiment, and therefore we will call the variable derived from a random experiment as a random variable. So I'm calling this a random variable, not just any variable, but a variable derived from a random experiment. So I will be calling it a random variable. Let's see what is the definition of a random variable. Let U be a sample space of a random experiment. Then a function associated uh, associating a real number with each element or outcome of the sample space U is called a random variable, and it will be denoted by capital X. So small x is usually used as a normal variable, so I am denoting it by capital X to call it a random variable. So U is a sample space of a random experiment, then a method, a function, a trait which associates a real number with each and every outcome of a sample space, just like what we did with the tossing of 3 coins. then we call those numbers or their function as a random variable, and we denote those random variables by capital X. Let's just take another example so that we can understand it better. We are throwing two unbiased dice. Now throwing a dice we already know. Let's take the sum on the face of both dice as random variable. Now I am taking the characteristic or the function or the trait as the sum on the face of both dice. If I take some other characteristic, I might get some other answer, but we are very much familiar with the sum on the faces of both the dice. So I am taking that example here. So first of all, we will have to write down all the 36 outcomes. I will just um, zap through all those 36 outcomes here. Okay, so we have the 36 outcomes, then the sum, the usual signs which I put here, the sum will be 2, then it will be 3, then it will be 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So what will be our random variable here? The random variable will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, because the characteristic here is the sum on the faces of both the dice, and the numbers are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So these are the random variables. Another example will be good. A family has two children and we will take the number of girls in the family as a random variable. So first of all, the total outcomes will be boy boy, girl girl, boy girl and girl boy. So I am taking number of girls. So boy boy has 0 girls, girl girl has 2, BG and GB both have 1 each. So the random variable for this particular outcome or this particular random experiment will be 0, 2, 1 and 1. So can you recall something like a row data which we had in the 11th second chapter? So this data looks something like that, a row data. A school has many students. A sample space of their heights is taken, which is between 120 to 180 centimeters. So the sample space here will be U, which is between 120 to 180 centimeters. Okay, that could be any number of students with any number of heights. Heights are usually in decimals. No one is at the exact point. That could be 125.5 centimeters. It could be anything. So I am just depicting it using a range here. Now, if we take X as the height of the students, then it will be as follows. X is the height of students. So the characteristic here is the height of the students. So it will be X, which is between 120 to 180 centimeters. So the random variable here is all the students with the heights between 120 to 180 centimeters. Now, in our examples of tossing coins or throwing dice or counting the number of children in the family, we had exactly countable values. That means number of heads was either 3 or 2 or 1 or 0. The sum of dice was ranging from 2 to 12, the exact number. The number of children was also exact. But in the example of counting heights of many children, the numbers were not exact. We did not have exact values, but we had the range of the values between 120 to 180 as the random variable. Do you recall something which we studied in 11th, that just like a normal variable, even random variables can be distinguished between two types, that is discrete and continuous. I hope you guys are ringing some bells here. The discrete random variable and the continuous random variable, which we studied in 11th as discrete variable and the continuous variable, the part of a grouped data. Let's understand them in detail. Starting with the discrete random variable. Now discrete random variable, something which is very similar to what we studied in 11th, that is a random variable X which can assume a finite or a countable infinite number of values in the set R of real numbers is called a discrete random variable. The only difference here is that this is a random variable and that was just a variable, else the definition is ditto, verbatim, same. If you want the examples of these discrete random variables, I can exemplify them. The birth year of a randomly selected student. Year I am talking about. It is, of course, it is either 95, 2000, 2005, 2010, 15, 20. It is an exact year. So that's a discrete random variable. Then the number of broken bulbs in a box full of bulbs. There could be 50, 100, 2000 bulbs in a box. But the number of broken bulbs are always countable. They are never infinite and they are not half broken. They are just either broken or not. Randomly selecting white balls from a bag of white and black balls. A bag has some white balls and some black balls, and now we have to randomly select white balls from that bag. It is of course going to be a countable value. So that's a discrete random variable. Similarly, continuous random variable. A random variable x which can assume any value in R. Now I'm not talking about countable value, I'm talking about any value in R. The set of real numbers or any interval of R is called a continuous random variable. So this time there are no finite or countable infinite values, rather any value in R or any value in the interval of R. R is the set of real numbers which are positive, negative, zero, fractions, everything, which includes every number. Then that variable can be called a continuous random variable. Let's take examples. Number one, coffee in a coffee mug of 250 ml. Now it just seems that there are just 250 mls, but even mls have measures lower than them. So it could be any value from 0 mls to 250 mls, any value at all. So that's a continuous random variable. The waiting time of lift on any floor of a skyscraper. So there are so many floors on a skyscraper, and the waiting time of lift could range from 0 seconds to some minutes, and there could be infinite number of values between these two limits. So that means it's a continuous random variable. In the last example, the time taken by student to finish a test of 3 hours. It just seems 3 hours, but there are 180 minutes, and if you do into 60 seconds, and then there are microseconds and so many things. So that means it has infinite possibilities. So what I have just explained in this chapter is what is a random variable. That means a variable connected with probability. The types of the random variable, those are the discrete and the continuous random variables. Now in this chapter, what we are going to study is calculating probability using the theme of discrete random variable. That we will do next time. I hope you liked my explanation, the introduction of this chapter. If you have any doubts, you can always contact me. If you like this video, just like, share, subscribe, give this video to your friends so they can understand this concept better. Thank you. Welcome students to Vitansar's Unacount Academy. That's better way to success for you. I am Vitan Vora and I teach accountancy, statistics and social science. You can contact me on my cell number 919426310184. Please give a sub to my channel and also check out my other video playlist which you can see on the screen. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.